Hey all, welcome to the Mega Man 2 playthrough. I'm Harry, Flames World.
I'm Stephen.
I'm Chris.
Hello ladies, it's me, Jazzy Joe Montana.
Yep, that's one way of introducing yourself, I suppose.
They've got to know, because I am a pimp.
Yep, we'll roll with that. Anyway, Mega Man 2, basically everyone and their mother has LP'd this game, so let's just jump on the bandwagon while we're at it. And this is one of the most kind of iconic openings for any game, just because of how well this game's done, like in comparison to other games in the series.
This opening reminds me of Batman, the animated series a bit, you know, like when he goes on the roof, like these, Steve and Chris know, like zoom up to the roof and it's sort of like a thunderstrike.
Oh, so it's up
like
on the
lightning
effing roof.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that reference was coming eventually, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was inevitable.
What's his name? He does that reference?
That's Brennan. Anyway, this game has two difficulties. Either difficult, which is the bog standard versioning on the Japanese version, and then we've got the easier normal version over here. And I'm playing normal because I'm kind of a pussy. But
Fair enough.
yeah,
Well, we all know that.
yeah. But I'm just letting the song play through now.
It seems like
that.
effin in Japan, apart from first-person shooters, are difficult.
Yeah, I think the culture, people in Japan tend to kind of be more into games, whereas we tend to play more casually.
Yeah.
So I know, especially with Catherine, actually, in Japan that didn't have the easy mode. The easy mode actually had to be patched in when it came over here, just because we couldn't.
Just we Westerners are dumber.
Yeah. Well, it's like it was to the point where people couldn't even beat the game. Like,
Yeah.
it weren't
so
even
hard.
just like they were struggling. It was they couldn't do it.
Apparently it's really hard, even on average difficulty.
Yeah, it is, like,
Yeah.
even on easy, it's hard later on. But anyway, this is Woodman stage, and no, I'm not going Metal Man first, even though I normally do, because I thought I'd be a bit maverick this run. But yeah, Woodman's pretty easy, even without the metal blades. So, right.
So his pattern predictable.
Yeah, and the thing with normal mode on this game is your Mega Buster is kind of overpowered as all hell.
Oh, right.
So, yeah.
These dogs are annoying.
Yeah, you can see how much I'm struggling with them there, Chris.
Well, when you get later on you can
Yeah, I know the ones you mean. Like, there's this guy, and then there's the other one where you kind of can't really get to him properly. So
I'm just going to ask for a heads up. Do you die a lot in Mega Man 3?
yeah, but yeah, Mega Man 3 is probably the hardest before 9 came out, I think.
Yeah.
Though to give 3 some credit over 9. 3, if you die or if you just fuck up, it's your fault. Whereas 9, I think it kind of cheapens places.
A lot of people say it's really hard, that one. But Mike Matai, AVGM's friend, said, yeah, it's a challenge, but he didn't find it too hard.
Yeah, 3. Like I'd say with 3, it's kind of with 3, if you're skilled, you get better at it. Whereas with 9, the games addict to you a lot of the time.
Yeah.
There's this one particular section where you swing on a thing, and it's kind of like them things in New Super Mario Bros. Where you walk to the left and it tilts left, and you walk to the right and the platform tilts right, and there's spikes either side, and you've got to jump directly underneath you.
Oh, yeah.
These kind of monkey robots are annoying because they always jump a bit further forward than you think they're going to jump.
Yeah.
So, to give us a bit of flavour going into this playthrough, how much of this game have you lot played?
Hardly any.
Most of it. I played. I haven't finished this game.
I played a small bit. That was
Yeah,
it.
so.
Chris, how far did you get up to before you gave up?
Well, I've played all the stages of all the bosses, but I didn't beat
To
it.
be honest, I don't really have the patience for Mega Man. It probably is a great series, it's just I get bored quite easy sometimes as well.
Have to get good with certain Mega Man games.
It's one of those few games that can get away with not changing that much and remain good.
It stayed exactly the same.
You need
this series S.
I think in the new Legend of Zelda game, A Link Between Worlds, you need a bit of patience, but I'm usually quite good at it. It's because you have to rack your brain quite a bit because there's some puzzles there.
Some people think they found Majora's Mask.
Yeah, it is. It's in the first. I want to see a 3D remake because that is my favourite Zelda game. Even though I haven't completed it,
So how about that Woodman?
Yeah.
Oh, we're meant to be talking about him?
Yeah. Well, he died quick enough, so he didn't really miss much. But yeah, literally just jump over the leaves and
He
you'll be
did not
alright.
have
I'm
wood
just going to
for long.
say he's been met with a terrible fate, hasn't he? I had to make a reference there.
And yeah, so now we've defeated the highly phallic named
Yeah,
Woodman.
you were saying about how like some of the game, it's like they're a bit of a dick to you. And
Yeah.
that. Well, apparently, in the most recent in Pokemon X and Y, the Battle Mason, apparently people have been moaning about that cheating them and everything. I mean, loads of people have been saying it's.
Is it like the computer being a cheating bastard where
Sort of.
because I know I think the Colosseum and XD they've got this kind of flawed AI system where the game waits for you to make a move before it decides what move it's going to use.
The highest I got was to number 12, I think. Challenger number 12, and I just sort of left it because I'm not really into those sort of Battle Frontier sort of type battles.
Anyway, if you're wondering why Mega Man keeps
Yeah.
disappearing here, it's just because the Sprite Flicker and my recorder not being the best of friends.
Alright.
Basically, what it is that, well, from what I think is Mega Man 2 plays at 60 frames a second, whereas my recorder picks up at 30. So if there's a lot of sprite flicker, sometimes things sort of disappear. But you can still tell what's going on, so I thought it's not that big of a deal.
They actually get the Woodman weapon in Super Smash Bros, don't you?
You get a lot of the weapons from this game in
Yeah.
Smash. He's got the metal blades as well, which we're going for now. But yeah, this level is kind of okay. The conveyor belt things kind of get annoying at times when they're facing away from where you want to go, but other than that, it's alright. Yeah. Although, what I didn't actually notice till I was reviewing this footage last night is how trippy it is when you look directly at the animation for the conveyor belts. 'Cause it's,
Oh yeah.
like normally it looks like it's just like things going on, whereas actually it's just flicking the colours.
You know those like green spiral bits that were back there? They sort of remind me of a part of one of the levels in Super Mario Land 2.
I haven't beaten that game.
You on about the Toy Zone?
Probably.
Yeah. I know what he's talking about. That was a childhood game of mine. Love that game. I never completed it.
I don't remember any of the names
Got
of
to,
the levels.
I think because considering I was about 8 at the time, got to like Space Zone and I sort of gave up because you have to
I love the
navigate.
space zone.
Yeah, it is a good zone. It's just I found it really hard.
To me, Mario Land 2, I played like the first couple of levels, but it was kind of underwhelming to me because it just didn't grab me as much as Land 1.
But then I got my revenge. I beat Super Mario Brothers 1 on, which is one of the hardest games, by the way.
It's
And,
nowhere near as hard as Lost Levels.
I know, but I beat Bowser on the first attempt.
Anyway, with Metal Man, there's two different ways you can go about beating him. You can either time your jumps to go in between the second and third blade he throws, or you can do what I'm doing and just wailing randomly on the A and B buttons. But it works.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy, like I said earlier, most people will just go to him first because his weapon is stupidly overpowered. Yeah, it can fire in I think 8 directions and just kill most things 1 or 2 hits.
The most overpowered weapon. Metal discs.
Yeah, basically. Anyway, Airman. This guy even has some Japanese band wrote a song about how they can't beat Airman, and that cracks me up.
Yeah.
Especially as he's not that hard.
Was it I Can't Beat Airman or something?
Yeah, I can't defeat
I think
Airman.
the stage is pretty
Or
hard.
Airman Garden. Tail Senai or something.
It's just the fact that you have to jump on those platforms I thought was quite hard.
Yeah, these spike things are annoying, and what you meant to kind of time it,
Yeah.
but I sort of can't be bothered with that. So I'll just take the
Timing.
hit. Yeah, I'll just take the hit. And hi Zeus.
Oh, yeah.
Robot Zeus.
You just killed a god. How do you feel?
It's alright, there's another one there.
They always have a replacement.
And if you were to go a few foot to the left and then go back again, he'll have respawned anyway, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
He's immortal.
Like all the enemies.
Yeah. Cloud section is like the first time you play it before you work out where the cloud, like flying clouds spawn. That can get kind of annoying. And I'm not sure what them little faces on the platform are meant to be. They're just sort of there. It's one of the things that you're not meant to question, I think.
It's a Mega Man game.
Harry, would you
You
ever
don't
think of
question
trying the Wind Waker on the Wii U?
Yeah, maybe.
You might as well give it a go.
I've got it on my rental list that I'll play at some point, but
it is
I've
a good
got
game.
other games I want to play first.
But
Wind
I think
Waker's
you
meant
really
to be
should
pretty
give
good.
the Zelda series a chance. So.
I'll probably end up doing better than Egraptor's been doing, I think.
Yeah.
He's actually apologised for how crap he was in that playthrough now.
I really do like Link Between Worlds though, it's really cool.
I've heard a lot of people saying that it seems too easy compared to other Zelda games.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, but I just like it. I think it's because there's about 7 dungeons there. I mean, it's a bit easy, but you get what you pay for basically.
Right. Is it one of the things where the game's actually explaining what you're meant to do?
Yeah,
Because that's what.
Yeah,
Zelda
basically
fans,
it holds your hand quite a bit.
Well, no, I find Zelda fans tend to be fairly pissy about any game that explains what you're supposed to do.
Right.
The reason why I don't like Zelda 1 is because they just give you a map and say go nuts. I don't like games where you have to read a guide to be able to beat it.
What were you saying? You'd like a Link Between Worlds because it tells you what to do?
I might play that at some point, but just like I say, I've got a lot of games.
I'm just saying, I can't wait for if they do. It's sort of been confirmed that he has acknowledged. I don't know exactly. That's great. Yeah, the guy. I don't even know the guy who creates it. Yeah, Miyamoto. Sorry, did acknowledge the fact that people would like to see Majora's Mask remake. So there's a possibility that it might be revealed in 2014.
If they do make a remake of that, I would actually like to play it. Exactly.
Yeah, you should.
I've heard a lot of
Anyway,
it's very dark.
Look how hard Airman is. Yeah, we can't defeat Airman. I'm not sure whether that song was being ironic or not.
You should really buy Ocarina.
With Ocarina, I played the first 20 minutes or so, realised I didn't know what I was doing, didn't care enough to work out what
Or did you rent it out?
No, I've got the collection on GameCube that came through with Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, I've got that as well.
Yeah. I just played it for a bit, realised I didn't care enough about how I'm supposed to play it and just sort of played it when I played something else.
The internet will probably kill me for this, but I'm sorry guys, but I do think it's slightly overrated.
Well, yeah, it's one of them things that people get in their head that it's the best game ever.
It's not really. Well, my personal favourite is Majora's Mask, but I can see why people do like Ocarina of Time, but it's just... I don't know, it's just something about it that... It's just because it was the first 3D game. If it wasn't the first 3D Zelda game, I don't reckon it would be as good as it is, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think it's one of them
games... A bit like with Gen 1 in Pokemon.
I think with a lot of Zelda stuff, it's people have got this idea that a game must be great just because they grew up with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's Bubble Man. There's a little trick you can do with these frog things. As long as you keep one of them micro frog things on the screen at a time, the other frogs you run into won't shoot any more of them.
That's pretty cool.
So it's just an easy way to kind of cheese past them sections.
Didn't you say this level was quite like
it's just
mental?
Aquaman.
Like Bubble Man.
Bubble Man, oh yeah.
Aquaman's not.
Aquaman would be far too easy.
There's an Aquaman in Mega Man 8.
Oh, right.
Seriously. Yeah.
Does he wear orange and green?
Not to my
Is
memory.
he more
though,
useful
I haven't played that game in
than
ages.
the actual Aquaman comic book hero?
I don't know. But anyway, his
weapon is it more useful?
This game brought in water physics in Mega Man, and they work the complete opposite to how you would expect water physics, because you can actually jump higher, and you can kind of just move a little more easily.
Really? You'd think he'd rust under there?
Yeah.
Probably short circuit.
Oh, it looks like Metroids.
I was just about to say that. Little Metroid enemies. What I'm going to say, in these bits with the low spike roofs, don't forget that you're playing Mega Man 2 and think you're playing 3 or onwards and try to slide, because you will jump and die. I've done that a few times now. And that's the annoying thing, because in later games the slide is on the controller, you have to press down and jump to do a slide. So if you've been playing one of the other games and you come back to this and you forget that you haven't got the slide here, you'll die. And yeah, them things, you can walk past them as they're blowing up in this game without getting hurt, but in the Wily Wars remake, they hurt you for some reason.
Alright.
It looks like they're just shooting bubbles.
They're shooting little frogs.
No, I'm on about the things on the roof.
Oh, right.
Wasn't this level quite like hard for the NES to cope with? Was this on the SNES or the NES?
Yes.
NES.
NES, yeah. Well, wasn't this level quite? Did you say it was quite like hard for it to cope with? So,
Alright.
because like
Not this particular level, I don't think, but that background can die in a fire.
oh right.
It's grating on the eyes after a while. This background's alright. But anyway, Bubble Man is also really challenging. Bye bye.
Thank God for the Metal Man weapon.
Yeah. The metal blades kill basically everything in this game.
Insta death.
Yeah. And you're lucky I got through that whole level without singing Parental Floss.
I don't think. What is that? The Bubble Man level things he did.
Yeah, he's done Bubble Man lyrics.
Alright.